Rimfire reliability, what it used to be and what it is today. The problem is that a lot of people always have said, and for decades they have said, do not trust the 22. Duds is a weak round, inconsistent ammo. Every shooter remember comments like that. But the truth is that probably that was then. And now things are very different. And we cannot ignore that the 22 always has and will be the prepper's workhorse. So it is cheap, it is light, it's effective, and even though for decades people have said don't trust it, well, that old reputation really does need to stop. What the 22 used to be 20 years ago, perhaps 30, 50, 100 years ago. Yes, the 22 has been around that long, even longer than that, since the 1800s, if my memory serves me right. It is not what it is today. 20 years ago, especially in bulk packs, you encounter a lot of duds 20 years ago. Was it fun? Absolutely. Was it cheap? Most definitely. Reliable 20 years ago? Not too much. I mean, I got bulk ammo, a 500, and it was not uncommon to go through, I don't know, I would say 50 duds easy. Nowadays, when was the last time that you shot a 100 rounds and that you got a dud? Better yet, that you got 5. It's been a long time, right? You may get a misfire here and there every, I don't know, 2 or 3 boxes. So every 300 or 400 rounds, you may get a misfire. You may get a dud. But it's not like it used to be. So it is not like before they had a lot of misfires. The charges were light. It was inconsistent. Let's not lie about that. Especially 20 years ago when you got those bargains. I mean, you remember Walmart where they had those buckets. Oh God, I bought so many of those. It's not hard for me to tell you that I have shot conservatively a few million rounds of 22s in the past 20 years. Just you know, to put it into perspective. So I am well versed when it comes to that 22 reliability, what it was 20 years ago. And of course I have seen the progression. So I'm not gonna say like, oh no, 22 hours have been reliable. That is not true. That is not true. But we cannot continue with the whole myth of or continue saying it's not reliable today because it was not reliable 20 years ago. I think the gap has shrunk significantly. In fact, it has been my observation that 308, I have encountered significant amount of duds, misfires, and centerfire 308s, more so in comparison with what I have encountered on 22s, which is concerning because for years people always said centerfire is the way to go. People also do ignore the fact that centerfires, you encounter duds. So if the gap is shrinking, because the modern reality is that quality control has improved. The priming compound now spreads evenly around the ring when it comes to a ring fire, and the primer compound is around the ring. So nowadays, quality control being way better than what it was 20 years ago. Way better. Especially if you start jumping into those premium, more expensive, not bulk ammo, when it comes to CCI and whatnot. Honestly, I think it's still cheap. Honestly, I think it's extremely affordable. And with that gap, shrinking, being more reliable, it makes you think. Well, now we have consistency, we have reliability that it had gone up, and we have a key fact, affordability. It's not like then, because there's a difference. Then you had a dud every single 50 round. You had a dud in every box, if not more. Now a dud in an entire brick of gold ammo is rare. So Rimfire is not perfect. It will never be perfect. No round is ever perfect. But comparing it to the old days and saying you don't trust it, don't trust your life to it, I don't know. I think we have to rethink that. I'm telling you all from a person who has shot a lot of 22s, continuously shoots a lot of 22. My son goes through 500 rounds fast, and he will go through even more ammunition now. So that is now part of his school, homeschool curriculum. So we go through a lot of ammunition, and I'm telling you that the reliability is increasing. Year after year, I have seen reliability better and better. The sad thing is reliability on centerfire is not getting better, in my opinion. Actually, it's getting a little bit worse. Perhaps that's the reason why the gap is shrinking, because 22 is getting better, and the other one, instead of getting better, same ammo, normal ammo, not premium, it's not getting any better. I think they're cutting costs, and the regular ammo for centerfire and the rimfire, it's just closing that gap. It really is closing that gap. So what is the lesson here, especially for us preppers? Because we see the 22 as the workhorse. We use the 22 for pretty much everything. If we got to dispatch an animal, 22. If we got to put an animal down because we have to butcher that animal, a pig or any other animal, 22. That's what we use. Around the homestead, what caliber do you use the most? I use a 22. Plain and simple. If I got a whole bunch of squirrels messing around with my stuff, and squirrels are rodents, y'all, they're tasty, but if they get in a place, they're gonna wreak havoc. So I take care of them, and they're tasty too. At 22, I don't even use a 410, because a 410, a box of 410, and it's going down now, but let me see if you guys can see. It's expensive for hunting purposes. 22. We go hunting. Now the bird season is open almost every single week. We try to go a few times a week, actually. And this is unaffordable. This, on the other hand, is very affordable. So 22 continues to put meat on the table. Again, 22 is a workhorse. It's cheap, it's light, it's effective. And reliability, that it was an issue 20 years ago, I don't think it's that much of an issue nowadays. So if we can stockpile so much ammunition, because it remains the cheapest, the performance is way better. The reliability is way better because quality control has improved. What is the takeaway here? What you used to believe, Because of 20 years ago, what the 22 was, it is not what it is today. What it was then versus now, man, I'll tell you what, improvements have happened, and for the better. Regardless, I still think that we need to talk about limitations and 22 accuracy, but that will be for the next video. With that being said, I hope you have a great one. Like always, rock on, prep on, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye, everybody. If you'd like to support the channel, check out the links in the pinned comment below. Consider joining our Frontier Prepper Squad or let an adult to you run. It really does make a difference. And always remember, those who prepare today will not struggle tomorrow.